Hello beautiful creators of a new reality, it's Hazel here, and I'm going to bring you another video about the healing journey, healing from narcissistic abuse. So I've been inspired again today. As you get walking, you get inspiration moving your body, and that's what's happening. I found myself a beautiful tree to sit under, and I'm going to bring you the message today, which is how to detach yourself quickly from narcissistic abuse. And how to detach yourself quickly from the narcissist, most importantly, and all that emotional attachment around that. So the main thing is, because I know that there's some really important things out there about the techniques of stonewalling and getting yourself in a place where you can be physically safe. So there's a lot of physical logistical well-being things that you need to sort out in terms of where you are, who you're with, you know, all of these things to keep you safe physically. And I want to go a bit deeper. I want to go about the emotional detachment, because as I've been researching over these last 2 years of my own healing journey, I want to bring you, like I've been saying, this deeper embodiment which comes in acknowledging how these things emotionally affect us more, and giving you examples of how I've done it, but also just to to inspire you to find your own way to do it, because like I keep saying, there's so much information out there, and like it's knowledge going on and on, round and round in our head, but how do we get that deeper into our body so that we embody that and we become the living embodiment of our own profound healing journey that elevates us to a completely other level of our own superpowers, because we've been through this traumatic experience. So this has been my journey, and I'm so pleased to be able to finally be in a place where I can come out of myself and start to share some of these things, how I've been working through it. So one of the main things with detaching quickly from the narcissist, first of all, I want to point out is your healing journey takes you as long as it needs to. So there is no rushing this inner process, yet at the same time, you can choose to facilitate yourself in doing the work every day, opening yourself to a greater reality, and moving yourself through this process as quickly as possible, and not to fall into the trap of stagnation and rumination that is very toxic in itself, and to be able to move out of that so that you can come to a greater place where you can see what is happening more quickly, and so this accelerates your healing journey. So one of the main things is emotional detachment. Now, you often see in codependent relationships this, first of all, not able to split up from the person, and then this whole I miss them and all of these memories and I just miss them and I want them back. Okay, I was not like that in what happened with me 2.5 years ago, because I knew I had done enough personal development work to realize that, to know that something else was going on, something else that I had not seen yet, something else that was not available already within myself, because this reality, this abusive reality, was starting to be unlocked. The lies were starting to be unlocked, and I wanted to know the truth of what was happening. So there's this level of emotional detachment that needs to happen in order for you to accelerate your detachment quickly from the emotional attachment, the codependency to that person. So I'm going to talk a little bit about, I've made a few notes today because it's really complex, and I really hope to get this message across the best that I can. So first of all, what you need to do is you need to get real. Okay, when you start researching narcissism, you need to start seeing, okay, that's the mechanism of gaslighting, for example. How does that happen to me? And you need to get real, like every single one of these things. Go through the list of all the symptoms that you are receiving and the symptoms that are coming up through yourself, and it helps you to get real. First of all, it's so difficult to realize that you are in this situation. I did that because it wasn't the first time that I found myself in a mentally abusive relationship. It was the second. And there's been many other sprinklings in between that of toxic relationships, in friendships and in romantic partnerships and beyond, let's say, you know. So I've been through a lot of bullying in my life. Anyway, you need to get real with the symptoms, okay? There's professionals out there who've studied this for years and years and years, in order to help people like you and me understand the psychological process that has been going on. So when you look at those symptoms of how they are behaving and the symptoms that are coming up through you and how you are behaving, it's like the most confronting thing ever. But what I did, now, you know, I'm just inviting you to a greater reality of yourself. You can do whatever you like with it. I'd just like to invite you, if you're struggling with this, just to sit down and just get real with it. Just be like, wow, this is really hard. This is really hard for me to take. And then go deeper, okay? Because this is how we get to access our superpowers. So when you go deeper than that, you have to realize that obviously then your relationship was all based on a lie. Wow, that's really, really hard to take. Because then you realize, wow, everything that you created your whole life was a lie. I'm talking from experience. This will be different for you. So I realized that my whole life was a lie, essentially. And you can say, yeah, there's parts of the love here and there. And it's like, yeah, but it's not rooted in love. This is why I'm sitting by a tree today, because I love talking about rooted love. Now, it's not rooted in love for many reasons, and one of them is, you know, if we just talk about the narcissistic behavior towards yourself, is that they are not able to love because of their wounding, and that they are not able to do the deep work because they've constructed such a big egoic facade to protect them from this small, tiny, wounded self inside of them, and the facade is just too hard to break. The facade, the wall over the heart, is just too hard to break, and you can't do it. Nobody can do it. Only they have to do it. And it's very, very, very rare that people with narcissists who abuse narcissistically are able to do this, because they also have to get real. They have to get freaking real about their situation, and it's really hard. But anyway, let's turn the tables back around to us. We have to get real about the abuse that we suffered, you know. And one of the things I also have seen women try to get out of it quickly, okay? You know, I can only really talk from a woman's perspective, but I know that men go through this as well. And love to all of you, men and women. So, you know, we have to get real. We have to get real about the situation. It's really difficult, but it enables us to break free. And we have to come back to ourselves and realize, let's be radically truthful about this. That whole relationship was exceedingly abusive, and I was a victim to that abuse. Now, I've seen people deny the fact that they were a victim in order to get through it or transcend out of it quicker. To say, no, I wasn't a victim. I'm not going to be a victim. I'm not a victim. But the truth is, it's both there. You are a victim, and you were a victim, and now you choose to rise from that abuse into being your sovereign self, into being your powerful self, into being in control of your life, into being the most magnificent person that you could ever be, who is no longer a victim, who will no longer be a victim of that kind of abuse. But I found that it was so empowering to recognize these both sides. Yes, I was a victim, and now I choose I'm not going to be a victim. So this is one of the things that helps you move through this quicker, right? So one of the next things is, once you've realized that it was all a lie, essentially, and that it was not love, and let's get real about that, because love does not betray you. Love does not rip your heart apart, tear your life apart, completely diminish you, take away all of your capacities to bring your soul gifts alive. You know, all of it, like everything for me, it touched every area of my life, my physical health, my mental well-being, my capacity to earn money, my capacity to produce my work, because I'm an artist and writer and a performer, and my capacity, everything was completely handicapped through this whole process. And yes, I do know my participation in this, and I will be talking about that in another video. So this is not love. This is not love. It is betrayal. It is deep, profound betrayal of the love that was opened up, and it was hurt. It was slashed and killed and destroyed because of the other person not able to access and open up their heart, which is their responsibility. So that's why it hurts, because the deep betrayal of your heart touches not only like how you feel on a surface level, but on a deeper level, it's hurting your heart consciousness, which is connected to your soul and the gift that you are, the gift of love and life that you are. That's how profound it is. Like, holy moly. Right, trying not to swear on this because I'm so passionate about it. Anyway, so like I always say, get knowledgeable, okay? One of the quick ways to transcend all of this and to confront yourself, even though it's freaking difficult, is get knowledgeable on exactly how everything works, on how gaslighting works, how flying monkeys works, how the soup salad works, how the psychic attacks work. What else have I written down here? The smear campaigns, the invalidation, the threats, the hooks, how it affects the sexual life, the money, the health, all of that. And then you will know that it's not about you, it's not about the relationship. And this, even though it's confronting, helps you detach more quickly, because if you realize that it was never love, then you can be like, okay, it was never love. I sign myself out from any detachment that is with that person, because I stand for love no matter what. And I stood for it in the relationship, I stood for it through the divorce, and I stand for it now. And this is one of the keys, is that you dedicate yourself to making that love come alive within you, and to do no matter what it takes to face everything to keep that essence of love, that truth, that spark, that gift of life that you are alive within you. So once you've realised what all of these things are, right? You know, the gaslighting, the salad, soup salad, the flying monkeys and all of that. Once you've realised like the mechanisms of what they are, the next thing you can do, which is what I did. The next thing I did was that I allowed, through many different modalities, and I mean that by holistic modalities such as quantum healing, shamanic journeys, journaling, meditation, drawing, singing, dancing, through lots of different holistic modalities, even through massage, through, what else did I do? I did bars healing. Like, through all of these different things, I had the focus on letting these things that I have learned about narcissistic abuse, letting these things that I have learned awaken my body, awaken the memories, awaken where it happened in the relationship, so that I can understand why this relationship was so toxic. So then I went back through the whole of my relationship, bit by bit by bit by bit, just allowing those memories to come alive through these holistic processes. And it traced itself back to right at the beginning of the relationship. And when I knew that, and when there was the alarm bells that I had ignored in my body, I was allowing myself to now see them through these holistic modalities, these holistic processes, and a lot of shamanic journeying, I must say. I was allowing them to come back into my consciousness so that I could see them and recognize in that moment where that alarm bell had been triggered in my body, so that I could feel the vibration of the alarm bell. And this is one of the really profound ways of reclaiming that vibrational energy within your body. And this is one of the ways in which you translate the knowledge into wisdom and embodiment within yourself. It's super confronting, but this is what I did, and this is what is enabling me to come alive right now. And it's enabling me to move more rapidly through the healing process, because there is no quick fix to this. It takes absolute dedication. Every single day for the last 2.5 years, I have been completely dedicating myself to knowing exactly what went on, because this is not happening again. So trace it back through your entire relationship, and then you're able to work with it. You're able to move it through your body and to understand really what went on. And this enables you to realize it wasn't love. This was never love. Like, goodbye to all your toxic relationships. Goodbye to all the toxic relationships in your life, including you towards you. And this is where you start working on another deeper level in realizing, like I said in my last video, getting rid of the legacy of the narcissist, is that you start taking that toxicity out of you, because you start recognizing the vibration of the alarm bells that is going on inside of you, because you've done the work and you're going back and tracing and reclaiming where you denied it before, remembering that vibration of, oh my God, that was a red flag and I ignored it, reclaiming that energetically. It's like, wow, this is what a red flag signal feels like now. And then you can embody that, bring it in, and carry it forward into any relationships that are going forward. Right, so let yourself be triggered by the memories and become like an investigator. Become like the most intelligent investigator you possibly can. Because if you don't sort this out, it will come back in your life, whether it's in your job, your family relationships, your friendships, or your romantic partnerships. It will come back. And if you don't learn to embody the signs, just accept you're going to go in for another round, quite frankly. You know, this is how it works. Now, it can trigger a lot of emotions that are sometimes difficult to deal with, and I will make another video about all this, because there's so much about the embodiment of narcissistic abuse healing. It can bring up so many emotions, you know, along with all the grief of you know, having been such a victim to this abuse. Lots of anger can come up, and this comes up in rumination, and it can be really detrimental to the nervous system. But you have to learn how to let anger rise so that you can move through it. And again, this is why these modalities, shamanic healing, journaling, drawing, writing, etc., can really help move you through these things to allow your emotions to rise so that transformation can happen. And this is the way that you free yourself. This is the way that you free yourself so that it doesn't happen again. So yeah, we're going to wrap up this little video now. And what I want to say is that, you know, you may like want to be like, oh yeah, I want to get this, I want to figure this out. Yes, it can happen, but do not expect yourself to fully embody it and understand it immediately. You might have to you might have to visit those memories several times around in order to really, really reap the gold and really clean the system energetically from all that toxicity. So you might have to revisit those memories, but then there comes a time where you're like, yeah, I think I've done this. I think I can trust myself, and first bring it into your relationship with yourself. Start embodying that self-love, that recognition of you and your gifts and your amazingness, first of all for yourself, and then expand from there. So yeah, and another little tip is that women, you know, when you're on your menstrual cycle and you come into your autumn week, which is your premenstrual week, right? This is just another tip. This is the time when these things can come to light a bit more. You can get triggered a bit more because your body is literally preparing you for what it wants to release. So any memories and any things that come up during this time, just notice them as signs, like, okay, this is the time when my body is preparing itself to shed energy, to shed the old, and use that energy to ride on So whatever memories that are coming through, whatever things are coming through, be careful not to fall into the self-sabotages of, oh yeah, I need to eat loads during this week. No. That's all suppression. That's all suppression of you being able to access these greater parts of yourself by shedding the old energies. So as you're healing on your narcissistic healing journey, come deeper into your body, women, following your menstrual cycle, and you will be able to move through these cycles even quicker when you're bringing awareness to your menstrual cycle as a methodology to help accelerate your healing. It's so profound. And if you need help on that, in my Etsy shop, which is the link below, you can get a journal called the Blood Moon Journal, which is a journal which takes you deeper into accessing the parts of your wisdom through your body to help you understand this process of moving through the releasing process and gaining access to the greater parts of yourself. So feel free to click on there and download yourself a copy of that. It's got my beautiful art in it and things that are downloadings and parts of my wisdom and my teachings all in there. So my goodness, this has been a bit of a longer video, but I've tried to fit in as much as I possibly can. I feel I'll probably be making more videos about this because I really want to talk and share with you about the embodiment process. So I'm going to continue my walk now because I'm embodying a new level of health and well-being for myself. And yeah, just enjoy this beautiful tree and have a beautiful day, people. So much love to you. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. I should probably say that at the beginning of the video. I really support and value your help in growing my channel, building this awareness, not only of narcissism, but of how we heal and move through it. So I really value support. Like and subscribe, hit the notification button and send it to your friends. Oh, I'm going to see how much I can enjoy my presence today at my walk. So lots of love to you and see you soon. Thank you so much for being here.